Good morning. Good morning. Everyone's having a good Tuesday. Had a good Monday. Today we got the FTC takes action. We've been covering, last week was Meta, or FTC versus Meta in a landmark case. Previously we had FTC or DOJ versus Google. Before that we had rules Lena Khan put in place by administration about transparent pricing, which is Biden's FTC. Now about, and Airbnb is mainly the ones who were affected by this pricing change. They have changed how they display pricing, and now Uber is in the scopes of the FTC for their shitty pricing scheme, overcharging people, making it really hard to cancel. So got a big FTC roundup today. And then also I watched the Oblivion for video game enjoyers out there. Oblivion remake announcement was this morning. I'm saying remake because I feel like it's a remake over a remaster. Like, they definitely like remade the game. It's in Unreal Engine 5. But it's $50 fucking dollars. Some friends and I were speculating last night about how much it would cost, and we were like, surely it wouldn't be more than 20 or 30, considering that the old game is still like $15, but nope, $60. Like, holy shit. So yeah, I don't know. It's not that I don't dislike Oblivion. I'm just not the biggest like fantasy RPG enjoyer. Looks cool, looks fun, but it's not my kind of game. It looks I would say like the graphics are actually like good. Like Unreal Engine 5 looks fantastic. So looks cool. Okay. We'll watch maybe some game trailers at the end or something. We haven't watched a few. What's on my title? FTC versus Uber. Let's start with that. FTC takes action against Uber for deceptive billing and cancellation practices. Now, I think the deceptive billing and cancellation is like it's the most obvious type of, I think it's like the most obvious type of shitty ways a corporation or like a company could just say that they're shitty company, is like when you want to give them money and then they don't want you to be able to stop giving them money. Like, you know, and I think it'll probably play into this Airbnb story that we'll cover later, but it should be as easy to cancel as it is to subscribe, and I think that's a pretty reasonable take. Like, let's be real. You know, and so it's like for these companies, it's like, you know, a lot of times they were built on like their business. A lot of the companies' business model is built on making it difficult for people to cancel subscriptions. Think about SiriusXM. If anyone's ever had SiriusXM, literally you'd have to do everything by mail. You'd phone in. They would probably artificially make you wait longer, so you're more likely to not, you know, go and cancel. They make it difficult. It's not just, hey, can I cancel? It's like, let me try and sell you more things. Let me change this price. But it's like, it is insane. And I feel like Airbnb and Uber are, I mean, in this case, Uber are just kind of being, Uber definitely fucked up. But I think of like internet companies. I think of phone, like telecom companies. Like, they all make it still extremely difficult to not sign up. I had like T-Mobile internet for a while as like a backup, and it was It was a pain in the ass to cancel. I literally had to physically go into a store to cancel. That's what it took for me to cancel it. Or gyms. Gyms are the worst too. Because, like, again, usually, like, have to physically go in when it's like, it's just a click of a button. I literally had to cancel my credit card to cancel a gym, membership. Like, I just had to get a new credit card. Because, like, it was, like, charging me so... They were, like, charging me. I'd go in, cancel, I was having problems, like... And then, there's another instance... This instance where I actually moved. I moved out of the city where the original gym was. I actually moved states. And I couldn't... And they wouldn't cancel my shit. Like... Fucking LA Fitness or some bullshit. Anyways, Uber... is being accused of deceptive billing and cancellation practices. FTC says company enrolled consumers in subscription service and charged them without their consent, made it difficult for users to cancel. Now, I don't know about the whole, like, enrolling customers in subscription services. I don't know about that, but Uber is, like... I guess if I have a problem with Uber, I expect it to just never get resolved. That's kind of just the more... Same with Lyft. Like, they're not any better, if I'm being honest. And Lyft is actually a little better, I will say. But, yeah. Federal Trade Commission filed a lawsuit today against Uber, alleging the rideshare and delivery company charge consumers for its Uber One subscription service without their consent. Failed to deliver promised savings and made it difficult for users to cancel the service despite its cancel anytime promises. Yeah. I wonder... Wait, so ones without their consent failed to deliver promised savings. I think the savings is like a miscommunication. Americans are tired of getting signed up for unwanted subscriptions that seem impossible to cancel, said FTC Chairman Andrew Ferguson. I mean, who is this? I think I'm thinking of the FCC chair. Yeah, okay. Solicitor General of Virginia. He's a law clerk at Karen L. Henderson. U.S. Court of Appeals. He practiced antitrust law at the Covington and Burlington Bancroft Covington American multinational law firm known as White Shoe. I want to see like what kind of cases he's worked on, I guess. I don't really know who the FTC... I was thinking of Brendan Carr, but that's FCC. Okay. I mean, this is crazy, but it was besides the point. Okay. Wait. Is this guy, does he have any, like, existing political leanings? I'm trying to see where the incentives are here. I mean, clearly with the Meta FTC versus Meta case, like that one is like, I think it's very politically driven due to the fact of their weak market argument and the fact that they still talk. It's like he came out and just said it was about 2020. I served as chief counsel to Mitch McConnell. Got it. And Cut Grassley. Lindsey Graham. Okay, got it. Okay, here we go. A Republican. Ferguson was nominated by U.S. President Joe Biden and was reported favorably by the United States Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation. by voice vote. Cool. I guess he does have political leanings, but clearly he has antitrust experience, so I think that's really important. He clerked for Clarence Thomas. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Bancroft, like from Altered Carbon. Sidley. Obama and J.D. Vance. Place is very notorious. Okay, let's actually look it now. So this is Andrew Ferguson. I would just familiarize myself. The Trump-Vance FTC is fighting back on behalf of the American people. Today, we're alleging that Uber not only deceived consumers about their subscription, but also made it unreasonably difficult for customers to cancel. And there's also like an interesting angle where, like, Silicon Valley, just like tech, I'll just say tech. I don't think like necessarily Silicon Valley. Just tech in general is getting this, like, you know, like right-wing resurgence in a way, or at least people are just now like openly talking about it, probably because it wasn't cool before. But with people actually kind of being more partisan and not like necessarily like always just being left-leaning or non-partisan, I guess. We're getting a lot more like right-leaning tech type of companies. We got like Palantir, which is like Peter Thiel, essentially a domestic spy company. We have Anduril, defense company, Palmer Luckey, who's founder, CEO. He started Oculus. Those are kind of two prominent ones. I also can't think of any more. But it's more so just the opinion switch. Anyways, the I guess like Pirate Wires, kind of like Mike Solana, but they're in the Peter Thiel. Anyone in like the Peter Thiel like umbrella is like you could just assume is probably like that. Like Zuckerberg, like Meta, Google. I guess it's more so like that big tech. They're kind of like flip-flopping a bit, but I guess it's kind of counter. It's like they're doing it to cozy up to Trump. At least like the big tech is. I don't know about like whoever, like the other smaller guys. The cozy up to Trump, but they're kind of coming back and they're like flip-flopping policies like DEI and shit. But then Trump administration is kind of like not doing them any favors. It's like they're doing it only because they're kind of scared, but like that's it. And then now Trump is coming and suing them. You know, DOJ is now wants to break up Google. They are suing like Uber, Silicon Valley darling in a way, unicorn. You know, Airbnb is coming after the pricing. Like, I guess there's a lot of things like coming downhill, you know, towards big tech. And I guess it's interesting because they have a lot of power, and like it's like Trump doesn't really recognize that, or that he does. I doubt I just feel like he's not thinking like this deeply, and he doesn't care, or he is making the wrong enemies. And the tariffs thing is like on top of all that, because tariffs just kind of like slow down the entire economy. Big tech will likely be hit. Like, big tech's intertwined in like every single industry, like pretty much, so they're gonna be affected a lot. I don't know, I guess it just seems like Trump wants tech to be on his side, but then he does everything to go against them still, and it's just like I don't know. So okay, let's continue. That was not even that good of an analysis, if I'm being real. The Trump-Vance FTC is fighting back on behalf of the American people. Today, we're alleging that Uber not only deceived consumers about their subscription, but also made it unreasonably difficult for customers to cancel. In its complaint, the FTC alleges that Uber used deceptive billing and cancellation practices. For example, the complaint alleges when signing up for Uber One, customers are wrongly promised savings of $25 a month. Even if that were true, Uber does not account for the cost of the subscription up to $10 a month when calculating those savings. Yeah. That's like, that's kind of basic, I guess. But like that, like that's definitely done on purpose. Like they do that so they could, say that you save more. I mean, I'm sure that they would dispute this, but yeah, I don't know. I just seems like simple math, I guess. The company also obscures material information about the subscription, for example, by using small, grayed out text which consumers can easily miss. Yeah. Many consumers say they were enrolled without consent. The complaint quotes one consumer saying they were charged despite not even having an Uber account. Okay, like that's where like these ones is like, okay, like show, like I need to see this. Like this is some like boomer who got charged by Uber and is like, oh, I got charged, I don't even have an Uber account. I don't know. There's also, this is like, actually I'm not even gonna say this, never mind. I guess like, it really comes down to how much you trust the FTC's judgment right now. I think that there are many reasons to not trust it. And like using one complaint is like yeah, I don't know. I guess like, yeah, let's keep reading, but I just wonder what other evidence they have, or like if they could, maybe they're doing this to discover like evidence or something. Huh. Okay. After sign up, Uber charges consumers before their billing date. For example, some consumers who signed up for a free trial say were automatically charged for the service before the free trial ended, even though Uber promises customers the ability to cancel at no charge during the trial period. When customers try to cancel, Uber makes it extremely difficult. Users can be forced to navigate as many as 23 screens and take as many as 32 actions to cancel. Yeah, like this I believe, and like this is so shitty. 23 screens and 32 actions to cancel. It should be like accounts, billing, cancel subscription. That it should be no more than 3 to 4 clicks. Like, let's open up Uber right now. Like account. Yeah, it should be literally right here. I mean, I'm not subscribed, but try Uber One for free. 5 months free of 6% Uber One credits on rides? What does that even mean? Oh, 6% back on rides. Oh, it still says members save $25 on average every month. 5 months free of Uber One? Like, how do they make money on this? They do this because they want you to forget about the subscription. Like, that's literally the only reason I could think of why they would do it 5 months free. When customers try to cancel, yeah, Uber, okay. If a customer tries to proceed with cancellation, Uber can require them to say why they want to cancel, urge them to pause their membership, or, if that failed, present them with offers to stay. Some users are told they have to contact customer support to cancel but are given no way to contact them. Others claim that Uber charged them for another billing cycle after they requested cancellation and were waiting to hear back from customer support. Huh. Yeah. The FTC alleged that the company deceptive billing and cancellation practices violate the FTC Act and Restore Online Shoppers Confidence Act, which require online retailers to clearly disclose the terms of service they are selling, obtain consumer consent before charging them for a service, and provide a simple way to cancel a recurring subscription. That seems very reasonable, That's like, I guess, like, it's shitty when your business model is fucking over your customers. Like, that's what, like, that's ultimately, like, what they're doing. They just, no one really just, like, says it. how it is, but like their business model is hoping that you forget about the subscription, i.e. you want to fuck over your customer to make money out of them. That's literally what it is. Like, you know, it's hard to like wither your way out of why it you make it so hard to cancel. Like, you can't do the customer, it's like, bro, it's like there's not really another reason why you wouldn't make it easy to cancel besides you don't want them to cancel. You know, and these kind of like dark patterns, which the Biden administration FTC did collect a lot of comments. They collected comments on that, like, I think almost several times, but at least in different instances, they were collecting like specific dark pattern comments, like cookie pop-ups that make it so you don't want to share your data, but then they make it difficult for you to understand what they're actually collecting if you accept the cookies. Like, cookie pops in general are just a fucking crazy. This cancellation one is a big one. I don't know, I feel like things like I think in like Snapchat, they have the fucking AI thing, but like it doesn't, or like in ads, like at the top, but it doesn't appear until a few seconds after you join, or like you start up the app. So it's like right as you click, it like loads in, and you click the fucking ad or the AI shit. Like that's a dark pattern, like shit like that. It's like, it's scummy. The commission was vote authorizing the staff to file the complaint was 201, with Commissioner Mark R. Meandor recused. The complaint was filed by the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California. Represent, let's go. But I think that's like San Francisco, if I'd assume. I wonder where this, like, what this is. Holy shit, bro, it's like all up. This is huge. What the fuck? This is San Francisco, though. Like, San Francisco's like right here, so it's definitely there. Yeah, it's like San Francisco, San Mateo, Santa Clara, Oakland, San Francisco. It says, yeah, because it covers San Francisco and Silicon Valley, the Northern District of California has become the presumptive destination for major federal lawsuits involving big tech defendants. I would say Uber is like big tech, like, you know. If not, they're big transportation. Big tech. No, they're not. Big tech transportation. The commission files a complaint when it has a reason to believe that the named defendants are violating or are about to violate the law, and it appears to the commission that a proceeding is in public interest. This case will be decided by the court. Oh, it says the lead attorneys: Stephen Liebner, James Doty, Bureau of Consumer Protection. I mean, okay. Let's check out TechCrunch because they have the nuances. And then we'll look at the Silicon Valley take, then we'll look at the Boomer Media take. Kidding. Federal Trade Commission filed a lawsuit Monday against Uber, alleging the ride-hail and delivery giant charged customers for its Uber One subscription without their consent. The lawsuit also claims Uber failed to deliver the savings promised in its subscription service and made it unreasonably difficult for users to cancel despite its cancel anytime promises. Uber has denied any wrongdoing and accused the FTC of rushing the investigation process and basing its claims on unvetted allegations. Now, I do see like how some of them are unvetted. Like, I don't know, like that first comment just seems like a boomer take, like, I don't even have an account, like I was being charged Uber One. The lawsuit came after the FTC has pushed companies with subscription services to make them easier to cancel under its previous director. Lean Khan. Yeah. Like, that's, I don't know. Yeah, okay. In October 2024, the agency finalized its click to cancel rule that requires companies to make canceling a subscription as easy as signing up for one. That seems very fair. I don't know. Despite facing some challenges by industry groups, the rule is expected to go into effect May 14th. Dang, it hasn't even gone into effect yet. This is what I was talking about earlier. Who challenged this is, you know, it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you challenge it, then your business is fucking over your customers and you don't want them to cancel. Like, literally just make a better business. Like, you know, it's like, if you don't want to, like, I don't know, be less of a shitty company, make a better product. Electronic Security Association, Interactive Advertising Bureau, and NCTA, the Internet and Television Association. Of course it's the Internet and Television, like, you know, it's like those fucking, like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, their business model is fucking you over so you can't cancel your shit. You sign up online, you must be allowed to cancel online rather than needing to call a support line, write a letter, or show up in person. Like, that's all of these things are exactly what I mentioned before that I had to do to cancel things before. Most aspects of the expansion of the negative option rule will go into effect 180 days from its entry into the Federal Register, assuming it isn't blocked, which is May 14th. Which I swear, if Trump administration blocks this shit, like, there's literally, I just think it's like such a good faith, like, law that, like, if you cancel it, like, it's like you're being obvious in how you are towards it, I guess. The NCTA, Internet Television Association, represents service providers like Comcast, Charter, Cox. I've had all of these internet companies, and all of them have been hard to cancel. And entertainment studios like Disney, AMC, Paramount, and Warner Bros. Discovery. Yeah, and the IAB's 700 members include almost any company connected to advertising, with Google, Netflix, Amazon, Meta, Vizio, and the NFL among its board members, while the ESA covers home security giants like ADT. Yeah, because, again, these are all boomer companies. Like, you know, it's like ADT. The FTC is trying to regulate consumer contracts for all companies in all industries and across all sectors of the economy. Like, think fuck this didn't go through. Like, have stripped authority from regulators to tackle issues like that legislators have yet to cover. And it's shitty because as a consumer, one, it's hella expensive to sue like this if you want to actually, like, get shit done and take it in your own hands, because you're going against a company who has billions of dollars. So, like, it's like, as a consumer, you're just fucked. Like, literally, it's like, you have no choice but to just accept that and hope that you reaching out to support and pleading your case, they'll at least just reverse it for you. But then, you know, there's still the other person that's going to come behind you that's going to get fucked over again. I've put in complaints. You could put in a complaint with the FCC. I put in complaints with the FCC for shitty billing practices with internet companies, and they have to respond to you. So I was charged, literally just like Uber. I'm just remembering this now. I was charged by fucking Cox over here. Cox. Speaking of canceling my credit card, I canceled my credit card, which was on file. I didn't, you know, I don't get to everything. A lot of times when you have to get a new credit card, you find out that you have some subscription that you didn't transfer over because your credit card gets declined. Mine got declined. I immediately was like, oh shit, let's go and pay my bill and change my thing. The same day I literally got my card got declined, they also charged me $15 for my card declining. They charged me $15 for my card declining, even though I went and paid it immediately. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how? Like, what did I do wrong? Like, how? Like, I paid it the same day. It's not even like it was late. And so I was like, okay, I don't think that's a fair charge. I submitted an FCC complaint. Look, you go, FCC. I can't type. And like you could do robocalls, you could do phone issues, internet service, TV issues, accessibility, emergency communications, radio. This is what the FTC, does. But you could go here and you could put in a complaint for something like billing, issues with their provider about advertised rates, service charges, tax fees, surcharges, or lifeline. We have equipment. If your shit's not working and they refuse to fix it, if your internet is constantly out and they're lying about it, if you think, it's like, they're using your information wrongly. If you're not getting advertised speeds consistently, even with, when you're using their equipment, these are all like, you're paying for something and you're not getting what you're paying for. It's pretty simple. And so you could put in this complaint. And so anyways, you could put in a complaint and they have to respond. It says if our consumer guides do not address your issue, okay. Yeah, they don't actually say it here, but the company has to respond to you. And so someone called me that I'm sure it's like this is their job, and they happily refunded me, but I wanted them to change it for everybody. I was like, okay, it takes one click to change this. And I pretty much was like arguing, I was like, you guys do this on purpose, right? Like I was kind of being an asshole. I mean, I was, but they fucking wasted my time. So, it's like wasted my time, took advantage of me. And I was like, I'm just looking out for the other person who, it's like a bank overdraft charges. Like you have no money, so then they charge you money. It's like, bro, I don't have any fucking money. Like, what are you taking? You're just making me go down to the red even worse. So anyways, they responded. I went back and forth. I tried to get them to change the policy, or, I want them to change the policy. I told them it wasn't resolved unless they changed the policy, but that wasn't how it worked, I guess. So anyways, the government is supposed to have your back to corporations. So you can put in complaints. So with this FTC Uber, the complaints are, these complaints that they're citing are likely, a lot of the insight that they got to be able to bring this case forward. Now some of them definitely seem a little like wonky. And we don't really, we need to see what the case will actually like bring forth, the arguments, but you as a consumer do have your own rights. So, okay. Oh yeah, but I guess going back to the shitty cancellation shit, that's where it kind of started. This is very reasonable to bring it full circle. Like what they're doing here is very reasonable. That's all I'll say. Okay. Americans are tired of getting signed up for unwanted subscriptions that seem impossible to cancel. Getting signed up, though, is interesting phrasing here. FTC Chairman Andrew Ferguson said in a statement, the Trump-Vance FTC is fighting back on behalf of the American people. The FTC complaint, which follows an investigation that began last year, noticed that Uber customers were wrongly promised savings of $25 a month. And it's still there. We just went and looked. Okay, this doesn't share. I'm just making sure I'm not going to be like, there's no information on here. But you can see here, it says, can we... You can't. Let's just look on their website. Uber One. Let me click on over here. I just don't want it to leak any. It doesn't say it on their website. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Nope. Oh, here we go. Manage. Or I never sent it. Oh no, I did send it. Boop, boop. Got it. $25. It still says it, by the way. And it's 5 months free, which I don't know how they make money on that. Cancel anytime. Cancel your membership with no additional fees. I would hope you wouldn't charge fees to cancel. Like, what does that mean? An FTC complaint, even if that were true, Uber does not account for the cost of the subscription up to $10 a month when calculating those savings. That's why I feel like the 5 months free part is partly in so they could say that they could keep the $25 on average, like, and have it be like true. Or it's like, it's free right now. Like, what do you mean? I don't know. Reads a statement from FTC. The company also obscured material information about the subscription, for example, by using small gray text, outline which consumers can easily miss. The complaint accuses Uber of automatically charging consumers who signed up for a free trial before the billing date. It also alleges that Uber makes it extremely difficult for customers to cancel, wherein users can be forced to navigate as many as 23 screens and take as many as 32 actions to cancel. Those actions come in the form of explaining why they want to cancel, dealing with Uber, urging them to pause their membership, and that it fails, if that fails, presenting offers to stay. Some users are told that they have to contact customer support to cancel, but are given no way to contact them. Others claim that Uber are charging them for another billing cycle after they request cancellation, and we're waiting to hear back from customer support. Like, this is so shitty. It's like they're trying to cancel, likely because their upcoming billing, their billing's coming up. They're waiting for support to respond, so then the billing rolls over and continues to bill you. Like, that's so fucked. Uber clarified that previously, customers who wanted to cancel within 48 hours of their sign-up date had to contact customers support to cancel. The company says that is no longer the case. TechCrunch has reached out to Uber to learn when Uber updated its policy to allow those customers to cancel within the app. I think they did this like today or something. Like, I don't know. The plaintiffs are pushing the court to prohibit Uber from continuing its alleged deceptive practices and to force the company to pay monetary relief. Wow. I did not expect that. It's not even in. Okay, here it is. I was like, geez, is it even in the news? I guess it was it was yesterday's news. Oh yeah, okay. This was yesterday. So it dropped, but I mean it's essentially recovered, I guess. Like also, I heard that defense stocks are taking a shit right now. RTX is down 10% due to tariffs. RTX being like Jesus. Bro, my fucking AC like it talks to me when it's angry. Makes like bubbling noises. I need to clean out the filter. Yeah, losers. Northrop Grumman, Iridium. It's like defense contractors because of tariffs. Northrop Grumman's down 14%. Wonder what General Dynamics is. General Dynamics. See, General Dynamics holds out. I was a General Dynamics investor for a while. Dang, they are holding out. I think they don't really make many munitions. I think they're more like they make tanks, submarines, like shit like that. Interesting. Bro, it's like so annoying. Hopefully you can't hear that. Let me just check one more. Let's just check Reddit today and we'll go back to it. I'm so sorry. Holy shit, bro, that's what I like to see. Hey. All right. Okay, here's Uber's comments now. We are disappointed that the FTC chose to move forward with this action, but are confident that the courts will agree with what we already know. Uber One's sign-up and cancellation processes are clear, simple, and follow the letter and spirit of the law. The spirit of the law. Spirit of the law. An Uber spokesperson said in a statement, Uber does not sign up or charge consumers without their consent, and cancellations can now be done anytime in-app and take most people 20 seconds or less. I swear they just did that, though. Tim Murris, a former FTC chair who represented Uber during the case's investigation period. It's so crazy that you could literally just go work for the FTC, then just go fight for, like, work on the other side, like, immediately after. Accused the FTC of failing to do a full investigation, basing its complaint on misunderstanding of both the facts and law. Dang. Uber's current outside counsel, Christine Wilson, said the unconventional nature of the rushed investigation process that President preceded this enforcement action was compounded by the addition of the new and unvetted allegations at the last minute. It is disappointed to see the FTC stray from the rigor and fairness that has long defined the agency as its best. Uber One's member base reached 30 million across 34 countries in 2024. 30 million? I didn't even realize it was like that popular of a subscription. That's crazy. And the company says it is growing roughly 60% year over year. A year ago, Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi estimated that Uber's One membership fees would be in excess of $1 billion in 2024. Dang. Interesting. Yeah, I guess we'll see on this. Half of Americans have a negative view on Tesla. Interesting. Okay. Let's look at yeah, let's actually watch this video instead. Like, is this
a court ruled that Google has an illegal monopoly in the advertising industry?
Right, and last week, yeah, I forgot we covered that too. Fuck me. Okay, yeah, well, I was gonna say on the end, there's like, I do feel like they are stacking these complaints like now, and it's like right off the bat, they're just coming in hard against tech, like rightfully so. But it is interesting that they're like stacking these. Like, it seems like they're like just trying to get a lot of like get shit done early, quick. And the fact that the Meta versus FTC trial is a bench trial too, but I guess that could be different. Or the FTC versus Meta is a bench trial because they want to like get it quick. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Federal Trade Commission on Monday sued Uber, accusing the ride-hailing service device deceptive billing and cancellation practices. The complaint marks the first FTC action against a major tech company since President Donald Trump began his second term in January. The FTC has several ongoing lawsuits against tech company tech's mega cap companies, including Meta, Google, and Amazon. I don't know what the Amazon one is. Excuse me. Some cases were brought during President Joe Biden's presidency, but Trump's FTC was aggressive during his first term, most notably going after Meta. Uber and CEO Dara Khosrowshahi, I'm so sorry. Each reportedly donated $1 million to President Trump's inaugural fund, joining the lengthy roster of tech companies and executives that had been cozy up to incoming administration. And this is what I was talking about before, where it's like, it's not working. So like, I would feel like a bit I don't know, I would feel a certain way. I'd just be like, fuck you. Like, you know, like, come on. Now, I know it's like kind of obvious. Like, I don't really think that they should be trading favors like this. So like, I don't like that part is good, but from the business perspective. Yeah. Ferguson told CNBC last month that the agency will continue to closely scrutinize major tech companies. I've said since day one, big tech is one of the main priorities of the Trump-Vance FTC. It's one of the reasons the president appointed me to this position. Kawushi said in January in an interview that the Wall Street Journal's Journal House in Davos said that the company wants to engage with every government we are a part of, adding that a diversity of voices in government can be a positive. I think it's generally a positive. I don't think it can be. I think it is. But it just makes me think, though, that like and I guess like as someone who like generally thinks big tech is like taking advantage of at least the American population, like I do think there needs to be enforcement. I just think that Trump administration coming forward and making like this is kind of political at this point, and like I guess the reasons that the Trump administration hate big tech are not the same reasons that the Biden administration hates big tech. Some of them definitely overlap, but I feel like it's more so that Republicans just feel like big tech is still against them in that sense, and that is why they want to go after big tech to make it like fair, equal. And I think that's like, it's just in my head, it's hard to like separate those things when it's like, okay, like that. I mean, that's why like the Meta one, I just feel like the argument's very weak. The EFF actually came out and like was talking about antitrust and big tech, Electronic Frontier Foundation, who is big privacy organization. They are and like free speech, like consumer rights. They suspiciously, you know, didn't go into the details of the FTC versus Meta, just saying how it's kind of like Meta like is bad, I guess. And I was like, I don't know. I feel like if the arguments were good, like you would just like say that the government like should go forward, I guess. And the fact that you don't bring up that the like argument is the market argument is not that good is just, I don't know. It's just like, come on. I know it's like you go against big tech, but like you can't like. If the argument's bad, the argument's bad. Like, I don't know. No matter who that is, who it's against. No matter, like, if you hate them, I guess. Like, you kind of have to be a little objective there. Anyways. I guess it just seems like this won't stop. But I'm curious to actually see the arguments in, like, the evidence and such. I don't know. I think Uber's probably fucked up. I think they're in the wrong. How much, though? I don't know. Okay, let's move on from Uber and let's talk about Airbnb because it's kind of similar. So let's read like what actually happened, and then we'll read like Airbnb's like take on it. Airbnb to show full price by default thanks to binary rule. As anyone who's ever used Airbnb, you know, you look at the price per night or whatever, then you go to it and then you see that there's like $500 extra in fees. And you're like, oh shit, this place looked cool, until I realized that I'm gonna have to pay $500 to clean the place. And then I'm gonna go there and they're gonna give me a list of shit to clean the place before I leave. It's like, bro, I'm going here on vacation, not to do chores. I joke, it's someone's house usually, so. Anyways. They need to, like, again, they do that on purpose. Like, they do that so, you know, you're more likely to, you want to book it, you get an attachment to it until you see the real price, which is much higher than what you originally thought, and then you're like, oh, but I really like this place, like, I don't know, like, okay, fine. Whereas before, if you saw the full price, you probably just would have been like, fuck this place. So this is this actually affects the Uber case that we're just looking at too, where October Lena Khan said that it was the we'll read here, but yeah, it's the transparent pricing. You gotta say how much it actually costs, including all the other bullshit fees that you want to charge. Well, the price that you see on Airbnb listing will finally be the price that you actually pay. On Monday, the rental app announced that it will display the full price of a stay, including fees and taxes in most locations, by default from the start of listing worldwide. The shift in pricing policy comes as a Biden-era Federal Trade Commission rule aimed at cracking down on junk fees and misleading pricing is set to go into effect starting next month. That sounds good. Like, if you're misleading, you're doing it, like, there's really not much of an excuse, I guess. Bro, who reviews vapes? Is that a thing still? I'm just like reading over here. Okay. One of the biggest issues that any Airbnb user has likely run into on the platform over the last few years is the often exorbitant surcharges, including the so-called cleaning fees. Yes, bro, the cleaning fees. That's immediately what I thought of and was saying. That often get tacked on to the cost of the stay. This is also going to motivate, probably, hopefully, listers to not overcharge for their bullshit cleaning fees. Typically, that price does not appear in the list price that would be displayed on the map view of available stays, nor on the listing page, but would rather appear at checkout. A 2022 NerdWallet analysis of Airbnb listings found that the median cleaning fee for one night stay was $75, which is so high. That's like, yeah, amounted for 25% of the total price or more. A quarter of the price is cleaning? No, what? Like, you just want to make extra money. Like, that's just how much it costs to stay, so you need to say that. That's how much it costs per night. So you need to say that, you know? Like, needs to be added on and divided per night to give a true cost of what it costs per night. Airbnb has listed the total price by default in Europe, Australia, Canada, and Korea since 2019. Primarily because those regions had existing regulations that require transparency when it comes to prices, and gave users in the United States and other countries the option to toggle the full price in 2022. Like, why would you not just toggle? Like, the fact that they added a toggle makes zero sense. What would be the point of you having it off? Like, oh, some users like really just value seeing the some users really value the deceptive pricing, you know, they see it as an interesting challenge of guessing what the price could be, guessing how high the cleaning fee is this time. The company claimed that 300,000 listings removed or lowered their fees after it launched the price toggle tool, including about 40% of listings that straight up ditched the cleaning fee. %40 of listings straight up ditched the cleaning fee. That's like that proves the point, though. Removed or lower their fees. It's like it proves that they're just doing it to fucking gouge you. Like, You know, competition. It's like, that's actually probably like a, I mean, like I wonder how that, because I get earlier when I was talking about like up here, like realistically, there is some argument to be said that like if people are willing to pay, then like that's the market, and like that's okay, fine. But it's almost like it's like a cartel. Like everyone just like agreeing without like agreeing, without like, you know, they're kind of just like all like invisibly being like, okay, like just charge a little more for cleaning fees. You know, like I'm gonna do it as long as it's available. I wonder if Airbnb makes money off the cleaning fees actually. Toggle on is the key phrase there, as the feature was essentially something you had to opt into, which Airbnb claims 17 million guests have done. Which, duh, literally, bro, it's like, oh. On the consumer side, there is no real reason to want to hide the full price, given that it is what you will ultimately end up paying. There's no functional difference in terms of those final dollars as to how the cost is split up between the list price and additional fees. Straight up, like literally, there's zero explanation. It is likely no coincidence that this full price by default move comes with a looming Federal Trade Commission rule set to go into effect. The rule on unfair or deceptive fees, introduced by the Biden administration and finalized in January of this year, just before Trump took office, will become law starting May 12. The rule, part of the previous administration's crackdown on junk fees, requires businesses to clearly and conspicuously, not, you notice that there's missing this little few 2 letters in the front, display the total price with fees from the jump. Fees included from the jump. Now, just how long this rule will stay into effect, assuming it makes it to the finish line, is still in question. And again, like, there's literally zero reason why you want to roll this back besides to just fuck over the consumer. Like, there's literally not any reason here. The Trump administration had already attempted to roll back other junk fee related protections that the Biden administration launched, including trying to undo caps on late fees for credit cards. Like, what other explanation is there for that? And bank overdraft fees limits. That's what I was talking about, bank overdraft fees limits before. If you're getting bank overdraft problems, you have no fucking money. So like, what are you taking? You're just making it worse. That doesn't solve anything. That doesn't fix the issue. It doesn't incentivize them to not have money in the bank account. It just makes the problem worse. It makes them into more red. Like, because if there's one thing consumers just can't get enough of, it's getting nickel and dime to death. Yeah. This is like, this Airbnb thing is like so dumb. Like, it's literally the least they can do. Total price display. So this is the Airbnb newsroom. Total price display is now standard for guests worldwide. All guests will now see the total price with fees and search results. What is this asterisk already? We're going straight there. In some countries and regions, taxes are included in the total price displayed. The total price includes taxes. The total price including taxes is always displayed prior to checkout. This is a PR. This is PR for the government. Like, this is what it is. Since introducing an optional price display 2 years ago, almost 17 million guests have used this feature. They say this is like surprising. Like 17 million people used it. Like, wow. One thing we've consistently heard from our community is the importance of affordability and transparency, issues that are top of mind now more than ever. In 2019, we began improving the way pricing is displayed across our apps from search to checkout, and today, we're taking the steps forward in our efforts. Starting today, guests around the world will see the total price of their stay, including all fees before taxes, right from the start. I want them to click show breakdown. first launched Total Price Display in 2019 in parts of Europe, Australia, Canada, and Korea. 2 years ago, we introduced an option toggle to turn it on in the US and 200 plus other countries and regions. So we added the toggle, almost 17 million guests have used this feature to book travel Airbnb, which shows how much our users appreciate this option. It's like they're surprised, I guess, is the shitty part. It's like they're like surprised, it seems like. Now we're making Total Price Display the standard pricing format globally. Guests everywhere will now see the total cost of their reservation, including all fees before taxes. In the browser, listing and search results making it easier than ever for guests to compare options and book the stay that's best for their budget. Supporting our hosts and guests. We know that clear upfront pricing improves the Airbnb experience for both guests and hosts. I bet you most hosts were against this. The only like the actual good hosts who like do it for like the connection and like maybe like the community like will probably like actually like care about this, but like most Airbnb people are doing it for money. They're like, fuck me, I now have to make less money, blah blah blah, whatever. Typical landlord complaints. Let's be real. In the last few years, we've introduced several tools to help hosts better understand how much guests pay and help them set more competitive pricing, including discounts, promotions, price tips, and our similar listing tool. In fact, in the last year alone, more than 4 out of 5 hosts used at least one of these tools. Over 2 million hosts use a similar listing to compare average prices in the area. We also encourage hosts, okay, let me finish to regularly review their pricing strategy and provide, I almost spilled my LaCroix again. Let me put that away. Value to guests. We've also introduced new tools to help guests discover ways to save, such as search tips that highlight potential discounts for weekly or monthly stays, for example, by adding extra nights. This is what I'm saying, where it's like this average price tool is like price fixing, pretty much. Like, you know, like there's several lawsuits, at least there was with Biden, about suing these like apartment price fixing people, like price fixing companies. Like it's a cartel. A combination of independent business organizations formed to regulate production, pricing, and marketing goods by the members. Like them giving average pricing so that they could raise their price to the average is price fixing. Like cartel's like an economic term, not necessarily like people think drug cartel, but like you could have other, like OPEC is a cartel. Which is like they collaborate to lower and raise the prices of a worldwide oil supply. Like a collection of independent business or countries that act together like a single producer. Cartel members may agree on prices, total industry output, market shares, allocation of customers, allocation of territories, bid rigging, and the division of profits. Another example, I don't think it's a cartel, but of like kind of similar price fixing is real estate. It's like they all agreed to keep prices, real estate agents. They agreed to keep prices high, like the fees high, when they didn't actually provide any more value. They didn't provide any value. And there was like, yeah, bro, you guys can't do that. Like, what? You're charging fees for what? And it was like they agreed, the buyer and seller side agreed. I'm not representing it fully, but yeah. As a leader in pricing transparency, shut the fuck up. Airbnb continues to support. In 2023, we announced, see, like, no hidden fees on extra expenses for stays. This is okay, so this is a house HR. First step towards ensuring that travelers have clear upfront. Okay. In addition to supporting the federal transparency legislation, we continue to introduce tools that enhance affordability and transparency for guests. Since the launch of our Total Price Display, over 300,000 listings lowered or eliminated their cleaning fee. Nearly 40% of active listings charge no cleaning fee at all. And nearly, yeah. Because competition, finally. I'm trying to I don't know what to put into words, like what I'm thinking, but like it's like these platforms can like choose how much they want like people to compete, I guess, in a way. And I just don't, I feel like that's like a new phenomenon or something, or maybe not. But like it's like, I guess like Airbnb can make prices lower without that costing them more money by doing things like this. I guess, if you know what I mean. Like they could have made a choice to show the full fees, but you know they made a choice not to, I guess, is like the, like, you know, like they could have, they were at a fork where like, do we show this or do we not? And they chose to not do it. And then now that they are forced to, it's lowering prices because of the competition. But because that before they chose not to, and it was hidden in the backs, you know, behind everything, the prices were higher overall, and they didn't have to compete on the cleaning prices because it was, you know, like hidden, or like it was at checkout, I guess, you know. And then as soon as they did, it's like 300. I wish they showed percentages so bad, because this may not even be that many listings. $5 million hosts. Okay, yeah. See, this is the why do they don't show percentages? This is is this even 1%? But like, you know, I guess my point still stands, where it's like as soon as that they compete, like they had to compete more, they lowered prices. Like, I don't know. I guess like I don't know if that, like, what that phenomenon is called, but 300,000 listings have lowered limited prices. Now, granted, this is 2023. This is like a year and a half ago. But 300,000 listings out of 5 million hosts. I guess like, and this is actually probably even less, because this is just hosts. This isn't listings. I'm sure there's more listings than there are hosts. So yeah, I guess as a leader in price transparency, we know that what value matters, especially today with the global rollout of total price display. We're making it easier for a guest to better understand the price they'll pay, and for hosts to succeed in a more transparent marketplace. We believe these improvements will continue to create positive guest experiences from search to stay, while also supporting the growth of Airbnb community around the world. Yeah. This is like the least they could do, if I'm being honest. Like, no offense. I want to see though. Bro, shit is just so expensive now though, I feel like. You could see this is fine, I think. Prices included all fees. That is there now. Anyways, today is consumer rights. It's consumer rights theme stream. Okay, let's move on to the last case here. We'll read let's read the Verge's take. This seems a little more in depth. But this actually seems not as fully related. No, it does. We'll read Wall Street Journal first. They're just more professional sometimes. Justice Department urges tough action to break Google search dominance. Judge who found the company maintained an illegal monopoly is asked to force it to sell its Chrome browser. Oh. So, yeah, let's just read because I don't really know how I feel about making them sell Chrome. Like, I just don't know if that's a solution, I guess. Justice Department on Monday urged a federal judge to loosen Google's grip on the search engine market by forcing a sale of its Chrome web browser, kicking off the latest phase of a landmark antitrust case. U.S. District Judge Amit Mehta, who ruled last year that Alphabet's Google has illegally maintained a monopoly in online search, and has set aside 3 weeks to hear arguments and testimony over what remedy he should impose to restore competition. Notably, with this Google, with the Google case, is that they were paying the likes of mainly Apple, but they were paying like Apple, Firefox. They're paying other tech companies to be the default search engine on those products, and they're paying exorbitant amounts of money, like billions of dollars, to Apple to have it be like the default search on Safari. And that was kind of that was like a big like argument, and I think that does show like that they're paying to be like paying to essentially like beat the competition, I guess. Instead of competing, they were just paying to win. Now now it's like it's different. Like with the AI stuff, it does add a bit more juice to it. However you want to interpret that, I'll let you decide. I think it just like it just adds some more nuances into the arguments, I guess. But one of the things thrown out as a result of this is Google selling off Google Chrome. And Chrome is the underpinning of many other web browsers. Chrome was built on Chromium, which is like an open source. I think that Chromium's actually open source. Not like big tech bullshit open source shit. This is what I want. Not that. Yeah. Do they have a Git? Is this on GitHub or do they use their own? They probably use their own. Yeah, but anyways, you could. Chromium's open source. These are old docs. And a lot of other companies are built on top of Chromium. I use Brave. Brave's built on Chromium. Microsoft Edge is built on Chromium. I think like Opera GX. It is not. Oh no, V8 is Chrome. I don't know exactly. Blink? Yep, Chromium. Developed as part of the free and open source Chromium project. Opera GX is Chrome. Firefox is their own. Firefox is actually their own engine. And there's a few other notable ones like Ladybug, I think. Ladybug web browser. It's actually not Ladybird, sorry. This one. Unfortunately, I think it's only for Linux right now. And there's one more. I can't think of off the top of my head. I know, and there's also Arc, but Arc's dead. I don't know what's going on with the browser company. Yeah, so I guess a lot of other companies built on top of Chrome. A lot of them, though, I think are okay with, like, they could survive on their own without like support. Like, I imagine Brave is far from what original Chrome is now, and that they could happily maintain it themselves, because Brave is a browser. Yeah, I mean, it's their, like, they're not like, they are on their own. Yeah, Chromium. But I imagine, though, that they'll be like fine with Chrome, assuming that Chromium stays open source. But I don't know what this would do. Now, Google doesn't, I think a big part of Google's argument is going to be that they don't necessarily directly make money from Chrome. It's more so just funnels them like right into the Google ecosystem, which is, then they make money. And there's like similar like allegations and stuff, but yeah, it's kind of just, it would be crazy if it happened. I'll just say that. Even as someone who like thinks that big tech is too powerful, I just think breaking them up usually isn't like a solution. I mean, it is a solution, but it's not like a good solution, especially for the consumers, because like realistically, like it probably isn't the best thing for the consumers, because things are gonna get changed, it's gonna fuck everything up. Who knows what, like, it's like the other company could still just then like change the practices, gobble up your data still. Like it doesn't really change. So I just don't know. Sometimes I just think like forcing them to sell something that they made isn't a best solution, or like spin off. I don't really know like what that would actually mean though. Okay, sorry. We're at an inflection point. Justice Department lawyer David Dahlquist told Meta on Monday this court has an opportunity to remedy a monopoly that has controlled the internet for today's generation and restore competition for decades to come. So David, is this guy yeah, this is what I want. I probably hate LinkedIn so much. I guess I just want to see when, or like, has he been here? Okay, he's been here for 2 years. Okay, so we're good. I guess it's not like he has like crazy ulterior motives, is my point. That's like obvious. This court has an opportunity to remedy a monopoly that's controlled the internet today for today's generation, and restore competition for decades to come. and as someone who like has been de-googled my life a while ago, I use YouTube. And I use Google Images sometimes. What else? Like I still have a Gmail that like forwards emails directly to like my my Proton Mail email, but I haven't used a Gmail in years. Like I use Google Docs if I have to, if I'm working with someone else. Like the only time I usually use Google now is like if someone else uses it and I have to like use it. And then Google Images. There's really not a good replacement for Google Images. And YouTube. YouTube is like, yeah, it's hard not to use. And I use like, Brave, but that's Chromium. Like, I don't know, it's indirect, I guess. I guess like, I don't know, I guess I'm just looking at this and it's easy to not use Google products. I'll say that. Docs is really the Google Docs is one thing that I just haven't fully got a replacement for. I was using Only Office, and then they made a change, and then everything I had got deleted. And I was like, what? And like they didn't warn me enough, and so like they're like, oh, it's like swapping over, like do this thing, and then like or else everything's gonna delete it. And so I guess I didn't do the thing, and so all my shit got deleted, just like that. So I was like, all right, I'm kind of over these guys, if I'm being real. It sucks because they were kind of like simple, like they weren't trying to be too much. So I don't know. Do they even have a free one anymore? Is it free? I don't even know. Anyways. Yeah, so you should Google your life. Okay. The proceedings in Washington, D.C. is a milestone in a years-long effort by U.S. antitrust enforcers to rein in Silicon Valley technology giants, and could result in new limits on Google that would help competitors such as Microsoft, which operates the Bing search engine. Okay, like... Who uses Bing? I need to know. Bing is still the backbone of DuckDuckGo, I'm pretty sure. Alleged copying of Google results. Bing has been criticized by competitor Google for utilizing user input by Internet Explorer, the Bing toolbar, or suggested sites to add results to Bing. After discovering in October 2010 that Bing appeared to be imitating Google's autocorrect results for a misspelling, despite not actually fixing the spelling of the term, Google set up a honeypot, configuring the Google search engine to return specific, unrelated results for 100 nonsensical queries such as whatever the fuck. Over the next couple of weeks, Google engineers entered the search term into Google while using Microsoft Internet Explorer with the Bing toolbar installed on the optional suggested sites enabled. In 9 out of the 100 queries, Bing later started returning the same results as Google, despite the only apparent connection between the results and the search term being that Google's results are connected to the two. The Google result data Google claimed that being copied had in fact come from Bing's very own users. We use over 100,000. We use over 1,000 different signals. I guess that's what, like, Brave. I use Brave Search, which is an independent index, by the way. DuckDuckGo is backed by Bing. When you know, like, they get search results from Bing. I think that, I was trying to find in here. Yeah, Search Partners announced, Microsoft and Yahoo announced a deal with Bing, which would power Yahoo Search. All Yahoo Search global customers and partners made a transition in early 2012. Deal altered to define, meaning Yahoo is only required to use Bing for a majority of searches. DuckDuckGo uses multiple sources for its search engine, including Bing. Ecosia uses Bing to provide its search results as of 2017. Yeah. Brave is an independent index, but you could have an option to opt in to have websites get added to the index that you visit that are not in the index. And it seems like that's probably what Microsoft had, where it's like, oh, like, do you like by installing this, you consent to blah, 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 like signing your life's rights over, that kind of shit, you know? And that's probably how it happened, if I'm being real. But that's interesting, that story. Okay. The Justice Department entered the trial with momentum on its side, having won a major ruling last week in a separate antitrust case against Google relating to digital advertising tools. From a federal judge in Virginia, that decision from a federal judge in Virginia doesn't have any direct impact on the search case before Meta, but lent credence to arguments that Google has stifled competition. Excuse me. In court filings, the Justice Department argued that Google should face serious consequences for its monopolistic conduct, a court-ordered sale of its Chrome browser, termination of agreements that give its search engine default status on smartphones and other devices, and required to provide competitors access with data. Termination agreement with default status on smartphones is like the number one thing, I think. Providing them with data is interesting. I forgot that that was on the table. I don't really know what the data would provide. I can't remember. I do remember. I'm like jogging my memory now. I remember reading, but I don't remember like what. I just don't know what the what that would result in. I need more details. Google has long argued that it competed fairly to achieve its success, and it's told Meta that the Justice Department Remedy's proposal will hinder innovation and harm consumers. News Corp, owner of the Wall Street Journal, has a commercial agreement to display content on Google platforms. The Justice Department brought this case in October 2020 during the final months of President Trump's first term. At the time, it was seen as the most significant tech antitrust case since the Justice Department's years-long fight with Microsoft in 1990s. Yeah, I think the search one was because, like, yeah, I think the search one was. That's big. More than 30 state attorney generals from both political parties have signed on to the case and press similar arguments. Dahlquist said the case's long history demonstrates that there's a bipartisan opposition to Google's conduct. The Justice Department first outlined its remedies proposal in November before Trump took office and has largely stuck by its initial proposal. The plaintiffs allege that Google, which controls about 90% of the global search market, has used illegal agreements to sideline its rivals and hurt consumers and advertisers in the process. Yeah, the agreements being default, paying extreme amounts of money for default search engines. A trial last year focused just on liability, revealed that Google paid Apple more than $20 billion a year. This is what I'm talking about. For Google search engine to be default on Apple's Safari web browser. $20 billion a year. That's a lot of money. Just to be the default search engine. Google has urged Meta to craft a narrow, cautious remedy. The company says it is willing to loosen its agreement with Apple and others so that competing search engines can get better placement on mobile devices. I don't think there should be anyone should pay at all, though, is the problem. But it opposes most of the government's proposals, saying that they would throw up obstacles to future innovation. Google faces more competition than ever because new artificial intelligence companies such as OpenAI. Google lawyer John Schmidtlein said in an opening statement on Monday. Yeah, and I this is the kind of the juice I was talking about AI coming in and providing. But I don't think this changes the fact. Schmidtlein called the government's remedies proposal a wish list for Google's competitors. But like being like, unfortunately with being like, it has to actually like provide you like useful results still. I just think the quality of results for Bing is shit. Google's is even bad nowadays, if I'm being honest. This collection is overreach remedies will harm competition, not promote it. Schmidtlein said. Yeah, and this is the illegal ad monopoly next week we covered. Yeah. Interesting. We're actually not going to read this. There's actually not much more to say, I guess. Yeah, Chrome has more than 4 billion users, and the government's lawyers argue that it should be a separate entity altogether. Google believes Chrome is not a self-sufficient business and only makes sense as part of Google. It would be a big get for anyone. This kind of asset, he said, does not come up very often for companies to acquire. Yeah. Google to license practically all of its search data from the search index to its results to any competitor who wants it. So far, this appears to be the provision that has Google most concerned. I do wonder, this is like a bit conspiratorial, so like just take it with what you will, but I wonder if there's any, if Google's truly actually like meddling with the search results, then like I feel like this would be obvious. Like this is what would it would like come up during this, because if some other search engines, yeah, like I could see this being like a little wonky for Google and like them not wanting to like that is kind of their competitive advantage, is their data, is like all the crawling and shit that they've done. And if they don't want people to like see that, yeah, that's sus. Okay. Let's I'm not streaming tomorrow or Thursday. At least I'm not streaming news. Actually I'm doing spring cleaning. Let's go. Kind of excited to declutter. Let's cover some lighter stuff. This is like, bro, the in like our friend Discord server, they like shared this, but I guess like before, I don't know this source, but it's entertainment. How wrong could they be? Okay, maybe not. It's just entertainment. Independent voice covering government. Okay. Ooh. I want to create something like this for myself because I cover a lot of events and I want to get a better way to track all these events. This is cool. Are they independent still? Look, okay, they're trustworthy enough. New Oscar rules: if you don't see all the nominated films, you can't vote. It's like, wow, what a crazy revelation. Shit. Like, how was this not in the rules before? Like, what the fuck? And though they also said a statement on AI saying it neither helps nor harms a film's chances of being nominated, which I think that's exactly how it should be. It just should be neutral. Like, it shouldn't discredit, you know, the art you made, assuming that like the AI didn't make it, but it also shouldn't give you any favor because it's just a tool just like everything else. So like it should just be treated pretty neutrally. Using generative AI will neither help nor harm your chances of receiving Oscar nomination. Also, in response to this, I was like, fucking someone needs to make like a 14-hour film that is just like so fucking good that it gets nominated for an Oscar, so that they're forced to watch it. Bro, if you can't even watch you know, like a 2 to 3 hour film when it's literally your job being nominated to nominate things and it ultimately win, which is a lot of notoriety. You get a lot of like attention and press and like notoriety from winning in certain circles. Like, you should watch the fucking thing that you're voting on. Like, how's that on the rules already? So I was like, someone needs to make a 14-hour movie just to spite those direct, you know, those whoever on the board of whatever the Oscars that don't watch the movies. Now they're forced to watch the 14-hour movie. It's like, bro, that's what you get. All right, let's watch some videos. I'm gonna use a restroom, a little 2-minute intermission, and then watch some game trailers or something. YouTube.com. Yeah, Oblivion's out. Bro, this Primate Economics channel's cool. He's funny. Building the future. Let's watch this. Pope died. I actually have some saved videos. Whoop. I kicked the cable. My fucking like screen went black for a second. Let's not do that until after stream. Berkeley humanoid robot light. Let's watch that. Predator killer of killers. Fuck yeah, gore. What is this? AI workloads on the DDN data intelligence platform of NVIDIA. Interesting. All right, I'll throw on the this trailer and then I'll be right back. So fucking loud, Jesus Christ.
I was born 87 years ago. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams.
Good enough.
This is the 27th of last seed. The year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the third era and the final hours of my life. I have seen the gates of oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. this is only the beginning. Worse is yet to come. Looks clear. A trap!
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness?
Like, this is Pirates of the Caribbean?
Here you must find your own path.
Remember the Emperor!
Find him. And close shut the jaws of oblivion.
Available today for $50 fucking dollars. Dang it! I wanted to like, it's I keep forgetting it's Tuesday. I don't know why today feels like a Friday for me. I guess because it's like my girlfriend and I's Friday. It's like out of habit to just go and check what updates I have and automatically download them. I literally forgot I was streaming for a sec. I want to go here. So far, it's very positive. 100. A 100K people. I need to send this to my Discord. That is insane. I just didn't expect this to be as popular as it was. That's crazy. Look at the stats. Most played. Like 12th. That's crazy. Okay, let's see what other oh wait, we got some other, I already got some other shit. Oh yeah, let's watch this.
Initiating runner defragment.
I don't know if I've shared my thoughts on Marathon, but I have mixed feelings about extraction shooters because I'm very goal oriented. Like, I like having something I'm working towards, and I feel like with extraction shooters, sometimes the goal is just to get better gear, which you use to get better gear, and it's just like kind of a loop like that. And I to me, it's like it's kind of goalless. At least within like even battle royales, I'm not even the biggest fan of. But at least with battle royale, it's like, you know, you kind of like win, like there's winning, like you're collecting gear towards like winning, I guess, and like a goal, and there's like, you know, I don't know, there's more of a unified like straightforward goal, whereas like extraction shooters are kind of just like, yeah, to me it just seems goalless, I guess. And it's unfortunate that that is what they're making, and I think that there could be much more depth in extraction shooters if they put if they just made other features outside of just going in and getting gear. Like, I would love to have some sort of like base building, and I know like technically Tarkov might have that, but there's nothing else to do, I guess, besides just go in and get more gear, like, which then you use to, like, you know, it's like, I don't know. And so I'm excited for Marathon in the sense that I love the aesthetics in the world. I just don't, I'm probably not going to get it for the fact that it's an extraction shooter. I also don't like, I think I heard this take from Jack Frags, and I think I agree with it, because he talked about Apex Legends and how, though, the, like, characters you play kind of have, like, abilities, and, like, you know, each character has unique abilities, so then when you add new characters, like your heroes, whatever, then they adds more abilities, and that kind of just gets harder and harder to keep track of, and it kind of defeats the, like, it just makes it less about, like, what the, like, I guess in terms of battle royale, it's like less about the game, the gunplay and, like, shooting and, like, that, and it's more so about, like, understanding counter, like, memorizing what you know, like, skills and abilities that these other heroes have, and then it's more so about, like, working around that versus, like, oh, like, I could just out strategy them, or, you know, like, outthink them, outsmart them, Jesus, out strategy them. Yeah, and so with Marathon, like, it is a like, there's classes, I guess, in the sense that each class has different abilities, and I just don't like that. I don't like that either. I think that we're past that. Unless you're making Overwatch, or you're making Marvel Rivals, or whatever, is that, or whatever, or you're making fucking, yeah, Marvel Rivals, or you're making, like, Deadlock, like, I don't know. Anyways, but the aesthetics, I'm all in for. Like, also, do we know if this is free to play yet, actually?
Implementation protocol.
And also, my graphics are heavily inspired by Marathon. My new graphics, I should say. Like, the thumbnails I'm using on YouTube, I took a lot of inspiration from Marathon. If you actually look here, this is where I've been to. I actually brought in a bunch of screenshots from Marathon, and I'm just using, like, the UI and such, because I have, my UI is very similar to it now, if I'm being honest. I just don't have any color. But I just love the blockiness, the brutalist. I think technically that's kind of more what this is. And I think the Y2K style is kind of popular right now, and I do like it. I listen to music a lot, and I take a lot of inspiration from that, and especially with electronic music, especially in the subset of electronic music that I listen to, like house, right now it's like hard house, techno, just, I mean, house in general, but more faster paced stuff, like hyper pop-ish. The Y2K, like 2000s 90s style is very popular right now, and I really like it. I really enjoy it. Anyways, yeah, I took it from this video, Dr. Lupo. Yeah, I like the UI a lot. The grays are a little whatever. I think I just like having it be black. I like the crispness a little bit more. Sometimes just grays, like, feels a little, like, dull. It dulls it a little too much, I guess, for me. But I think the brighter colors make up for it, because that adds, like, a bit more of the crisp feel, and I think that's the Marathon world. It's very clean and crisp. The interesting words to describe it, but I think that is just because of the, like, high tech nature. You know, the like AI designed, AI controlled, like, everything's just, like, perfect in a way. But okay, let's watch.
Evaluating shell integrity.
Like, this just looks awesome.
Vital signs. Evaluating recognition response. Executing neural.
And it's also like it's kind of cyberpunk like, but it's not as gritty. It's a bit more, like, clean, and I do like that a lot too.
Logical subroutine. Loading memory packages. Liminal buffer status 26%. Assert. Subject is a runner, a disconnected consciousness inhabiting a bio-cybernetic shell. Assert. Subject's psyche was ejected from their body at the moment of their death. Assert.
That's cool. And I wish I was better at like 3D design and like motion graphics, because I want something like this for like my intro. If any artists out there watching, hit me up. But I want something because I want the show here to be like Brady's brain blast, or like, you know, you're like downloading my brain or some shit, and like, you know, then we're getting an inside see into it, and that's kind of like what the stream is. So
Assert. Subject's consciousness is preserved while a new shell is printed. Please stand by. Assert. Runners arrived in the Tau Ceti system after the investigation of a distress signal from the lost colony ship, the UESC Marathon.
And they in the Marathon world, they use essentially asteroids as cargo transport ships, and then they rotate throughout the solar system. And I think I think in the Marathon they only have a few. I don't really know like where it's colonized, but that's how they like transport shit, is like these asteroids. And so they essentially tack onto the asteroids and then make it like a ship, and then it just kind of has its natural way of going, and then that's what they could use to transport like mass cargo and shit. And that's what the Marathon, it's like a Marathon ship is.
Assert. Runners are mercenaries, hired to salvage from the ruins of the human colony on Tau Ceti 4. Assert. Runners are hunted by the Unified Earth Space Council. Subject must deal with these threats at their own discretion. Warning. Cognition runtime error. Proceeding with suboptimal durability settings. Liminal buffer status 100%. Runner defragmentation complete. Welcome back, runner.
And the music is fantastic too.
Support AI. Your new shell will be ready momentarily, and you will return to Tau Ceti 4 for your next assignment. Please prepare for consciousness transfer in 3, 2, 1. Initiate. Good luck.
It's cool. I like that a lot. That's actually what I'm doing over these next 2 days. Is I just need some time to, hey look, it's my own stream is being recommended. This is like a better thumbnail than before, just like me smiling, I guess. I don't know. This cuts deep though, because most people don't know who these guys are, but that's kind of the point, I guess, in a way. I guess a lot of people don't even know who Sundar Pichai is. Video, my friends recommended this, but I don't want to steal their content. Okay, let's watch this.
Introducing Berkeley Humanoid Light, an open source, accessible and customizable 3D printed humanoid robot.
3D printed. And they're using VR.
Weighing just 16 kilograms, the robot features 6 degrees of freedom in its legs and 5 degrees of freedom in its arms. All components are available from major online vendors. The joint actuators incorporate 3D printed cycloidal gearboxes that are designed for rapid manufacturing, straightforward assembly, and simple repair.
I mean, like, in theory, yeah.
To showcase the robot's versatility, we have developed a teleoperation setup utilizing the Steam VR tracking system.
Oh, cool.
This system allows for intuitive control regardless of the user's orientation. Operators can disengage and re-engage the teleoperation mode at any time for fine-grained adjustments. We have also developed a custom software interface for teleoperation.
Because, like, I think in, like, imagine, like, a 3D world, if you've seen, like, those, like, painting in, like, VR, it's kind of like you probably pull the trigger, which engages, and then you could, like, move it, and then you could let go, and then you could adjust your hand, and then use it to, like, adjust again. It seems like what they're kind of doing.
Now we demonstrate the capability of the robot by performing a series of manipulation tasks. It can collect blocks into a container,
I want to see it walk.
rotate a Rubik's Cube, unboxes and repacks electronic components.
Dang, they got a Jetson Nano, bro? Share. What if this is powered by Jetson Nano? It's like the at-home like robot brain kit, I think, that NVIDIA
And even
released.
writes its own initials, BHL, on a piece of paper.
Funny.
Finally, we demonstrate the robot's locomotion capabilities in a bipedal configuration. It is able to track users' specified velocity
there we go.
commands.
No arms though.
All the hardware and software stack are open sourced and can be accessed from the link in the video description. We hope this initiative will help
this like tie
democratize
downs.
the development of humanoid robotics.
It's a start. It's cool. I love that. Check out the code. It's probably like fucking C. Oh, it's Python. Give it a favorite or give it a star. Boost them. Sweet. That's cool. Love anything that's open source or they're just like letting the community try it. Oh, this must be what Casey Neistat was advertising. Has this just come out? 5 hours ago. Alright, well, no free advertising here. If you send me one, I'll make a video on it. I actually am more curious. I like Insta360's tiny ass like GoPro light cam. Like that is cool. Like that's cool. And then you could take it out and it's even smaller. Okay, let's see what Lockheed Martin or Northrop Grumman. Looks like autonomous. Fuck me, bro. It's so loud.
We are builders. We build the invisible and the things you can't take your eyes off of.
It's like, ain't the thing that kill people.
We build the
Just
technology
kidding.
and the machines that help our customers deliver peace and security that an entire nation will
Fuck, this is like the subsonic,
continue to build upon.
hypersonic missile.
There's literally nothing we can't do.
Are they building people could be underqualified job applications? Wait, it's Zero Zero Company. Did we watch that yesterday? I can't watch too many military videos because I don't want my entire Brady's Brain algorithm to be fucking like defense military industrial complex propaganda. So let's look at game trailers. Like right now it's pretty good mix where like I do like the defense stuff, defense tech mainly. But I don't want it to just be that. Let's watch that Lit Motors. No, we didn't watch this on stream.
People talk about the Clone Wars. They talk
Also, I'm a huge Clone Wars fan, and that's pretty much like I pretty much watch episodes 1 through 3 on repeat. Mainly episodes 2 and 3. Mainly episode 3. Episode 3 is just like the best episode. It's or the best movie of Star Wars. I love the politics in it and everything, and I think the Clone Wars, you know, the Clone Wars, it's like that's when like there was kind of like peace. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's really reason why it's called the Clone Wars. Episode like pre-episode 3, episode 2, you know, it's like end episode 1. I just like the politics in it, and I love all the factions and like, you know, all the like, you know, that kind of shit. Like, I just love the politics of Star Wars. And I think the Clone Wars, it was just the most prevalent with politics, just because it was before essentially like an authoritarian regime took over where there's non-existent politics. So I think that's a big reason. But I need to watch the I haven't watched the other ones in a like episodes like 4 through 6. I haven't watched those in a long time.
Talk about the big moments.
And so anyways, I'm anything Clone Wars I'm in.
The crisis points. Planetary invasions. All-out assaults. Cities bombed to rubble. Truth is, there's a war you don't see.
No, there was a battle in. No, that was episode 1. I shouldn't say that there's no war. Actually, I'm like thinking back. I'm like, wait, there's like a war every fucking episode or every movie.
The one fought in the shadows. The war beneath the war. A war that's won with the right strategy. Surveillance. Ciphers. Good old-fashioned sabotage. These aren't the heroes they tell stories about. They're professionals. Setting aside their differences to take on the impossible.
Mercenaries.
But that's the job, and they get it done.
It seems like it's like a XCOM like. I don't, you know, like I don't know what you'd call this genre, but I'm actually Respawn. I was wondering what Respawn's been working on, but I also heard from a Bit Reactor. A bunch of ex-Firaxis devs are working on it, and Firaxis made XCOM. But this looks cool. I played Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes a lot. And I enjoyed the game. And this seems similar. I'm sure I was like, I was zoned out there. And so this actually seems similar, in the sense that it's turn based at least. But I actually might try it. Like, and I'm not like super like big fan of like these XCOM style games. Yeah, what's this? Is this new or is this 4 days ago? Oh, this is a movie? What the fuck is the point of this? Star Wars font reveal. Okay. Didn't even know this is the thing. Is there anyone else besides IGN to like keep up with like shit, you know? Like sometimes I'm like, Alien Earth? Is that a movie or the Accountant 2? Oh, the Andor's today, I think, too. A lot of Star Wars news, actually, I guess.
Our Earth is rich with diverse, vibrant, delicate ecosystems, and we must protect
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
them at all costs. Together, we can discover the wonder of our planet before it's too late.
Ooh, FX. How did I miss this? I love this font. Is there any follow-up to that? Interesting. I didn't even know about this. Crosswind? Displacement. This looks like a horror thing. War Robots Frontiers. Directive 8020. It's like a specific trailer. Alters. My friend had good things to say about Alters. Voidling Bound. V Rising. I want to watch that because I'm interested in V Rising. Played it during early access. Cyber Cop teaser. Fortnite official Galactic Battle teaser. Wait, Swoter is still active? Tron game? Okay. Adrift? Beyond Astra. Anything space I'm in. Okay, let's watch these. I have a lot. Honestly, probably can skip them if they look bad. A pirate survival MMO. There's been like 15 of these. Like, let's be real. Born Survive. Alpha footage. Okay, this is hardcore, like actually like survival build craft, whatever. Looks like PvE. What's that one like pirate game that like Forsen played? That's like the only thing I remember is like What was it called? It's probably in the top one here. It got like review bombed. It was like kind of a shit game. It ended up being like a shit game. But it's like, okay, Sea of Thieves. We have Skull and Bones. There's a lot. Space Pirate? What's that one that I'm looking for? Puzzle Pirates. Remember that from like mini clips? Sid Meier's Pirates? Yeah, this one looks neat. This is like a colony management type. What is that one called? It might be on my wish list. Let me just check. No. I swear it's made by the same people who made like Ark. Maybe not. When the hell is Ark 2 coming out too, by the way? Like, I swear they teased that like years ago. Fucking Vin Diesel in it. I can't remember what that was called. I could picture it in my head. They published quite a few games. Atlas, yes, I knew it was like the same people. This game. This is literally that game. This game's abandoned. Okay, anyways. Oh, this is a Battle Pass trailer? Bro, good. Okay. Game looks interesting. Okay, it's like one of those like platformer type of games. But you also like breed you play as these. The graphics looks good. It just seems like it's kind of repetitive. There's like boss fighting. Okay, interesting. Check out V Rising. This is a expansion trailer, looks like.
The feast begin.
Alright, looks cool. This is like a top down. Like an action RPG. Co-op looter shooter games set in Cyberpunk world. Equipment based combos. Okay, this looks like comes out today. Yeah, it's like get decent vibes from that top comment. It's like, yeah, looks okay. Very quick. Okay, bro, they're still updating SWOTR? Is who Broadsword?
Our paths are not destined. They are forged. Shaped by ambition and fear. The desire for power. The need for control. The price of obedience. We allowed corrupt doctrines to dictate the paths before us. No longer.
I mean, it looks interesting. I mean, it looks cool. Do people play this still? Oh, they have, bro, they manage Ultima Online, Dark Age of Camelot? Oh, this looks so old. Like, do they make money? Ultima Online. I love these graphics, if I'm being honest. SWOTR. I want to know how many people are playing. Let's see if they're hiring. That's always like the good sign. No jobs. Okay. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out if like how many people play. I just don't know how popular or like how accurate this ML population is. Around 20k players? I mean, that's like nothing if I'm being real. I guess it's like reasonable. But I guess if we compare it to like RuneScape and shit, like I don't know if I would count Baldur's Gate. Old school RuneScape. Are these I want how was this calculated? Wait, I'm so confused now. This is what I want. Daily active. Dang, it's gone up a lot. This is old school. I wonder why. Holy shit. Huh. Wuthering Waves, Elite Dangerous, New World. I think EVE Online is way down here. Bro, they have a huge spike. What? Wonder why. Anthem? How's Anthem still here? Who plays Anthem still? I need to know. Are they like, do they even have the servers online? Interesting. Okay. Story-driven isometric action game.
Accessing archive data for program
My UI is also heavily inspired by NCOM from Tron. This color is where I got this from.
You were a normal program once. Minding your own function, staying within your domain. Exposed to glitch catalyst, you were granted
The fuck?
an unforeseen upgrade. The capacity to perceive the time loop of our crumbling grid. Captured by the nefarious Con, an agent of Core, and thrown into the games, you learned to fight. You had to learn fast. But nobody on this grid is ever alone. You made allies, found ways to influence the outcome of the games, and the audience watching them. You found a way out.
This could be neat.
And now, in Vertical Slice City itself, you must make your escape more permanent. There are many factions at play, old friends and new. A path out is there to be found, but will you discover it in time? Loading next archive. Are you ready, program?
This looks interesting. Tron Catalyst? Who's making it? There's been a lot of Tron games actually. This is 2023? Did not sell that well. Oh, this has been on my wish list for a while. Oh, they're just published by them. Interesting. 2.0. What's this one? 2003 at Disney. Tron Runner. 2016. This is old. Bithell Games. Wow. It's published by Devolver and the Big Fan Games. So this guy is making them. A Bithell game. These seem to do good. Must be like narrative driven. Text-based adventure. Oh, this game. This like shape shit. I have seen this game before. Looks like he took on some licensing games. It looks very similar. Okay, Big Fan is publishing the Tron Catalyst game. Oh, okay, they did this Hellboy. So, okay, I need to publish this game. Interesting. Looks cool. A Devolver Digital label. Alright. Adrift. This looks like the Art of Rally style graphics. Okay. I'm not really seeing the point. Just is like a cruiser. Vaporwave driving adventure game. I didn't really get that trailer. Yeah, I don't see the game's purpose. I kind of agree. Beyond Astra.
Since the dawn of time, stars have cooled, civilizations have risen, and empires have fallen. Your time has come. Lead your civilization to greatness. Embark on an endless odyssey among the stars and worlds. Explore a galaxy teeming with life and intrigue.
It looks neat.
A universe of wonders, mysteries, dangers. Live your own space opera across the cosmos.
Dyson Sphere. Beyond Astra. Game looks neat. Let's look it up. Oh, it's already on my wish list, so I've seen this before. Then the galaxy brimming with life and intrigue, expanding civilization. They've not made another game. Oh, there's a Kickstarter. Ooh, look neat. This looks like what's that, like, mobile game? Limbo. Looks cool. I think this trailer isn't really doing it much. Online mode? Interesting. Okay, let's end with this. Lit Motors WeFunder update.
Hey everyone, here's a conclusive update for the
CEO, inventor, founder of Lit Motors.
last month of our WeFunder campaign. It's been a year since it launched and we've raised $1.7 million so far. The window to invest at our current terms of this safe note won't be around for much longer. So, what have we accomplished so far? A lot, and we're just getting started.
We're bringing our vision to life with a focus on production readiness. We built a full-scale developmental chassis, a major step towards the final prototype. We validated our core technology, the patented control system, and CMGs that will power our self-balancing capability. We were proud to showcase our progress.
So this looks like some sort of enclosed motorcycle. I mean, it seems like a fucking death torpedo, if I'm being real. With two wheels, like a Tron style, like bike, like light bike. That's what this seems like.
For even the tech demo. We've also mapped out our entire vehicle architecture, from component placement to safety audits for a unibody chassis with our partners in Idinian. On the business side, we welcomed over 950 new investors to our innovator community through our WeFunder crowdfunding campaign. Pre-orders jumped by 50% with almost 1,500 vehicles on pre-order now. We expanded our team, bringing in more top control engineering talent with Brian Underhill and Brian Hamilton, along with CFO Larry Rosenfeld, CMO Brian Rodriguez, Creative Director of Product Design Natalia Amijo, and key advisors Catherine Wong and Pochi Wu to build out our business capabilities.
Wow.
We secured 4 more international patents in India, South Korea, and China, bringing the total to 66 issued patents. We also made waves.
To me it seems like they're kind of spending time and money on the wrong thing. These patents.
Going viral on Reddit, electrifying news, and much more.
What's next? Building the X1 and proving our technology on the streets will give you a chance to feel the future. The X1 prototype will be used for a variety of tests,
Interesting.
starting with a roadshow coming to a city near you.
Oh, yeah, I want to see this thing like working really.
For production in 3 years.
It just like, how is this safe? Is the whole, I guess, like.
Today, our automotive team, formerly from Audi, estimates you'll get your AEV by the end of 2028. We're
3 years. Less than.
in the home stretch of this round, and our next goal is to reach $2 million with 1,000 investors. Go to wefunder.com/litmotors and get in before it's too late. We can build an exciting vision of the future together.
Like, bro, the link doesn't even work in their YouTube. And like, what the fuck is this? Did they really not want to credit them that bad? Or like, you know, like, or they had to put that out of the way so much? It just seems like it's, I don't really know how this is going to get like approved. Vehicle companies starting from the ground up and succeeding is incredibly, okay, yeah, whatever. Aptera Motors, that's the fucking, we've looked at those guys. This is right here, Aptera. They raised $1 million. Yeah, it looks cool. I just don't know how like commercially viable, I guess it is. Like, someone gets in an accident one time and it's gone. All right. No stream tomorrow. And no stream Thursday. I may do gaming stream here and there, but yeah. We'll be back Monday the 28th. Monday the 28th. And we'll do some news and hang out. So, we'll be back Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific. I might need to change to 10. But yeah, around 9 a.m. 9 a.m.-ish. We'll be live and back with the news and shiz. So appreciate everyone showing up and hanging out. Follow, subscribe. If you wanna keep up, be informed when I go live or when I upload something on YouTube. So we'll see you tomorrow, or not tomorrow. We'll see you Monday. Monday, 9 a.m.-ish. See ya.